back. It's a Freaky Friday right here on Liquid Lunch on NEWSMAX TV. I'm John TABACCO. We're coming to you live as we do every day, noon to 2 Eastern, from the Question Tequila Studios. We're in downtown at NEWSMAX's little Liquid Lunch outpost right here, just down the street at the New York Stock Exchange. We are raging. Broke through that 27,000 number. Dow up 210 points. A close above 27,000 on Friday is going to be very good news for stabilization and technicals. So we'll keep our eye on that all through this hour and the second hour. And Bitcoin still raging at up almost $900 now at 83.66. And something's happening with Bitcoin. I don't know if it has to do with the Hong Kong stuff. I don't know if it has to do with people in Asia trying to get their money out of there and get it into this digital asset because it's easier to get cross-border. But keep your eye there because above 8,500 could be 10,000 like that. My favorite segment of the show is to mix it up. We're the only show on television that brings up a Democrat and a Republican every single day. Talk about the topics of the day, slug it out, duke it out. I throw out the questions, I sit back, I mix up a drink. They fight it out. No matter what, at the end we shake hands, we part friends. Walker Bragman joins us. He is on the left today, good friend of mine. And might I add, I really appreciated the last time you were on admitting that you had made an error in your previous time, so that was nice. I watched it after. But one of the most thoughtful guys, an independent journalist. He has a law license, he doesn't practice, but always here for good representation of the left's point of view. And Daniel Christmann, he's a New Yorker. He was a candidate for New York City public advocate, radio commentator, and an occasional plumber. So we had Joe the plumber, now we have Dan the plumber. But guys, thank you very much on the Mix It Up. So I want you to take a look at this clip from Lindsey Graham and then hear both of your thoughts on that. Here's what Lindsey Graham said about impeachment. Or maybe he didn't say that. He did. He didn't.
I have a correction I would like to make. Last show, I said that we give Puerto Rico $38 billion a month, and it's a year. I said that, and I'd like to make that correction.
We even correct ourselves here. All right, now that we got that out of the way, here's Lindsey Graham.
All I'm asking is give Donald Trump the same rights as Richard Nixon and Bill Clinton had when it comes to impeachment, and I'm insisting that Donald Trump be given the same rights every American has if you're given a parking ticket. To confront the witnesses against you can't be based on hearsay, and here's the point of the resolution. Any impeachment vote based on this process, to me, is illegitimate, is unconstitutional, and should be dismissed in the Senate without a trial.
Walker, I'm going to go to you first, and then we'll get Dan's rebuttal. But they're holding this thing in the basement of the congressional building. People can't come in. The Republicans are storming the room. Is this the way to do it?
Look, there's nothing unconstitutional about the way that they're doing it. There's nothing in the Constitution that mandates what Senator Graham is demanding. The Senate holds the trial, right? Like the House will conduct the impeachment inquiry and will impeach, and then the Senate will hold the trial, and that's where you get.
Shouldn't all this stuff, Dan, be done under the light of day?
No, this is where we get lost in the weeds. They rub it in our face, and even these rhinos are rubbing it in our face. They're coming out and they're telling us, oh, there's more due process if you get a parking ticket. There is no due process if you get a parking ticket. There is no due process with the DMV. There is no due process with any government agency coming after you for money whatsoever. The 7th Amendment doesn't even exist anymore, and we have a leftist bringing up the Constitution. This is absolutely disgusting. For them to even rub in our face about parking tickets and the lack of due process that we have there, the whole thing's a sham, and all these people are on notice. These people either have to get behind Tulsi Gabbard or get behind Donald Trump and do that publicly, or just exit the race immediately, exit office, because you're part of the deep state.
Danny brings up a good point, Tulsi Gabbard, which I didn't point out we may talk about, but I was really shocked to see Hillary Clinton, former Secretary of State, former leading presidential candidate. She pops out of the box like Tales from the Crypt, and now she's attacking Tulsi Gabbard, woman of color, military veteran, represents her district in Congress right now, 2% in the polls. Why is Hillary attacking Tulsi Gabbard?
That's a good question.
Oh.
It was a disgusting attack. It was wrong. There was no evidence for it. It just seems like every time she opens her mouth, she reminds people why they didn't want her.
She's like Freddy from Halloween. Like she's never dead. She just keeps coming back again.
I just think nobody has the heart to tell her that her stock has collapsed.
What do you think, Dan?
I think it's an absolute joke that, where's Elliot Engel supporting Tulsi Gabbard? Where's Brad Sherman? Where's Gregory Meeks saying, listen, we're in the Foreign Affairs Committee. We know what's going on in the world. We've been seeing what the deep state has been doing for the last God knows how long, and this is a joke. Or take a look at what Trump is doing with foreign affairs. He's the best foreign president we've ever had, and none of these people in the Foreign Affairs Committee are supporting him or Tulsi Gabbard. They're covering it up and running a sham. They're trying to just drag this impeachment through the election as payback for what the FBI did to Hillary. It's a disaster. It's a disaster.
Hang on. The best, there's a lot to unpack there, but the best foreign president we've had, he is currently, I mean, we've talked about it. I mean,
he is getting us the hell out of the Middle East. If you want to say anybody is fueling a genocide in Yemen or in the Muslim culture, 60 million people were displaced in North Africa and Afghanistan. There was the biggest displacement in world history. 60 million migrants run by Obama, run by Hillary's deep state, and you are doing nothing to even give Trump props of what he's doing in the Middle East, and you have no respect for his tiny little body count. You can't even respect his body count.
You're very loud.
You're very obnoxious. You're going off into La La Land, putting us in a vacuum, and you're not addressing any of the issues. The fact is that taxation is theft, and these people are running genocides all over the world. And you want more government.
Yeah, I do want more government.
This is amazing.
Okay, the biggest killer, the biggest cause of cancer, the biggest cause of environmental pollution is the government, and you want more.
That's not true.
That is not
so
true.
many falsehoods.
I'm going to call a quick break.
Get out of here.
We're going to tape all this what's happening in between. It's out of control already, and we're only in segment 2 of the show. You're watching Liquid Lunch. And these guys haven't even had a drink yet. I'm going to give them a shot of Reserva Question on this break, and we're going to come back and duke it out some more. Stay right there. You don't want to miss this.